We are just mere weeks away from the official OCG release of Burst Protocol. But before we get to that, before we get to the official release, there are still a bunch of new cards that still have yet to be talked about here on the channel. And in today's video, 7 of those new cards will be revealed here today. And some of them actually include a brand new topologic topologic dragon, as well as a brand new Archmage card as well that might just make Archmages even more powerful than they are now. But without any further ado, let's just get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have Nightmare Hand. If I can get these ads off my phone. There we go. So first up, Nightmare Hand. Honestly, the artwork looks pretty cool. Looks hella sick. And it is a quick play spell with both of its effects being a hard once per turn. The first effect reads, send one illusion monster from your deck to the grave. Second effect reads, during your main phase, if you control a level 5 or higher illusion, you can banish this card from your grave, target one monster in your opponent's grave, special summon it to your field, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. So this is a really good way to just literally just foolish out your sort of your Garnet, if you will, to not only unbrick your entire deck, but also a way to tutor out the main a main combo piece that's essentially your one of, if you will, for the entire deck. And also this literally is Monster Reborn for your opponent's graveyard. So you can target any monster in your opponent's graveyard, summon it to your side of the field, but it has to be banished during the end phase of the next turn. So hypothetically speaking, you can target your opponent's Blue Eyes White Dragon, summon it to your side of the field, and then during the end phase of your opponent's next turn, which I believe that's the ruling, Blue Eyes White Dragon gets banished. So if that were to be the case, there would be no way for the opponent to even do anything with their Blue Eyes deck, unless if they were cited unless if they cited in Burial from a Different Dimension. But the thing is, Burial is so slow in today's format. Burial from a Different Dimension is super slow, just because of the fact that it can easily get hit with Ghost Spell. It can get hit with it can literally get hit with imperm if it's in the imperm column. It can get hit with literally every single negation under the sun, and there's no point in trying to play burial in that deck, you know. So it's kind of crap, kind of slow. Next up, we've got Zarin the Chain-Bound Dragon, which, if I'm being completely honest, I'm looking at the artwork, and this looks so fucking badass. Look at this, guys. Look at that artwork, you guys. It is absolutely cracked. Holy shit. But the question is the artwork as cracked as its effects? Well, let's find out. Zarin the Chainbound Dragon is a 7-star Dark Dragon Synchro tuner with 2800 attack, 2100 defense, and requires a tuner and one or more synchro monsters. The second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card you control would be used as synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner. Second effect reads, when a card or effect is activated in response to the activation of a card or effect, as a quick effect, you can activate one of these effects. Negate that effect and destroy that card, or negate the effects of the card that was responded to, and if you do, destroy it. So it's basically Solemn Judgment. I mean, it's pretty cracked. Got to admit, it's pretty cracked, and it's also super generic too, because you can use because you can actually use this in decks like Red Dragon Archfiend, and pretty much any other like synchro based deck that uses up a shit ton of tuners, and that's actually kind of sick, kind of busted if you ask me. Now for card number 3, it is known as Arsenal Organization. I can zoom in here. There we go. Which is a normal trap with with both of its effects being a hard once per turn. And the first effect reads the first effect reads, send up to 2 equipped spells with different names from your deck to the grave. Second effect reads, you can banish the card from your grave, target one face of monster you control, equip up to 2 appropriate equipped spells with different names from your hand and or grave to it. But any battle damage inflicts to your opponent is halved while equipped with either of them. Okay, I mean, it's not bad. You would literally have to use cards like potentially like cards like fucking Megamorph to ensure that you're able to deal the right amount of damage to your opponent, which it's possible. It all just depends on on what deck you're playing, and this card can actually be used in the Flame Swordsman deck, and it can also be used in the Infernoble Knight decks as well. So actually, it's not too bad, but of course not too good either. Now for the brand new topologic Link monster, and it is known as, if I can get these ads off, it is known as Topologic Blaster Dragon. So there is the card. Let me try and put this in focus. There we go. Not completely in focus, but there's the artwork. And it is a Cyber's Link. It is a Dark Cyber's Link 5 with 3,500 attack, and its arrows are top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So this is probably by far one of the craziest Link 5s we've ever seen in a long time. And it requires 2 or more effect monsters. And it says that you cannot summon or send monsters to an extra monster zone this card points to. The effect reads as follows. If a monster is special summoned to a zone a Link monster points to, while this card is in the actual monster zone, apply one of these effects, and you can't also you cannot apply that same effect of this card again for the rest of the turn. So for all monsters on the field on the field into the deck except this card. Shuffle all spells and traps on the field into the deck. Look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a card from it. This so what's funny? So what's really funny about this is that there's a card that was released in Phantom Darkness called Rainbow Neos, and Rainbow Neos effect basically just says that you can either shuffle all the cards on the field back into the deck, shuffle all cards from the grave into the deck, and there was one other effect. I don't remember what that other effect was, but you can literally use any of those effects once per turn. That's what this card reminds me of. This card in particular reminds me of Rainbow Neos. The only difference is that I believe Rainbow Neos' effect is 4,500, while this one is only at 3,500. So, but still, it's actually kind of cracked being able to just being able to just like just randomly break your opponent's entire board. Kind of crazy. Next up oh my god, this is gonna be this is a long ass name. Holy fuck. Sheena, the Twin Storm Deities of Divine Thunder. That is quite the name, you people. Quite the name. And it is a 9-star Wind Dragon with 2,900 attack, 1,500 defense. And the first effect is a once per turn that reads, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a wind monster, as a quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, then apply this effect based on that card's effect type. Monster, return all face-up monsters on the field to the hand except this card. Spell or trap, return all spells and traps on the field to the hand. Second effect reads, the first time this card will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not. So Topologic Blaster Dragon and this card have one thing in common. They're both basically Rainbow Neos, which is very funny. But the sad part about this card is that it could have been better if the summoning condition was different. Yes, it is a quick effect, but the thing is that it can easily get hit with cards like Dominus Impulse and pretty much just any solemn card in existence. And I mean yes, it is a good way to pretty much just bounce your opponent's whole board back to their hand or their deck. It's good, but the condition is it just has to be right. And there are so many decks in the format that use up a lot of monster effects more so than spells and traps. So with this card, you would literally have to go first to do so. And I think you can actually use this in I believe you can use this in Harpies, in decks like Harpy and also Floowandereeze as like the main like boss monster, if you will, for the whole deck, which is not bad. It's not bad. Before we get to the last set of cards for today's video, I do want to point out that Konami OCG announced a +1 assist pack and an alternate art. So we are going to talk about the +1 assist pack, which includes the following: Assault Beast, Stardust Dragon Assault Mode, Side Reflector, Assault Mode, Assault Mode activate. Sorry, Assault Counter, Dompa, Marksman for Hire, Wiz, Sage for Hire, Rex, Freight for Hire, Rookie for Hire, Dark Lord Nastin, Indulge, Dark Lord Contact, Dark Lord Rebellion, Dark Lord Uprising, BES Big Core Mark III, BES Blaster Cannon Core, Vic Viper T301, Boss Rush, BEF Zelos, and Archfiend Harris. And the alternate art apparently is going to be Stardust Assault Mode. So Stardust Dragon Assault Mode is going to be getting an alternate art. I'm not sure if that's going to be the art or what, but there is that. Let's see, 1, 2. Yes, there are 2 more cards to talk about in this video. So the second to last card of this video is known as Art Mage Non Finito. Which honestly, the artwork looks really cool. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. The artwork looks cool. Maybe a bit too much, at least in my opinion anyway. But I believe the kanji reads Maiden of Divine Wisdom. Excuse me. So it is a 7-star Earth Illusion fusion. Try saying that 5 times fast. With 2400 attack, 1500 defense, and requires 2 Archmage monsters. And it says must be either fusion summon or special summon from your extract by discarding a spell trap and tributing a level 7 or higher Archmage monster from your hand or field. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. And it has 2 separate effects. The first one reads, if this card is special summoned, you can set 1 Archmage spell or trap from your deck. Second effect reads, once per opponent's turn as a quick effect, you can fusion summon a fusion monster from your extract using monsters you control. So this is a really good way to fusion climb into the main boss monster for the entire deck, which is really cool. And the best part is with Nightmare Hand, which was the first card that I talked about at the top of this video, you can actually use Nightmare Hand in the Archmage deck to make it so you can basically mill out either the main combo piece to go into cards like this card in particular, or to mill out your what you call it, your garnet, if you will, which is your brick for the whole deck. So not too bad. The effects though could have been a little bit better, at least in my opinion anyway. Now for okay, there we go. I believe. Oh shit. Okay, it's actually 8 cards. Sorry. Okay, so on Threads, I said that there was gonna be 7 cards. I made a mistake. There's actually 8. So the final 2 cards are actually the new Rescue Ace support. So I do apologize. If you guys saw my post on Threads, I apologize. It's not 7, it's 8. I did not realize it. But that's okay. That's okay. We all learn from our mistakes. Of course, for me personally, there are some people that I know that usually don't. But that is neither here nor there. Let's get to the final 2 cards. Kicking these off, we have Rescue Ace Quick Attacker, which is a 3-star Fire Warrior with 1400 attack and defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can shuffle one other Rescue Ace card from your hand or face-up field into the deck, special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads, you contribute this card, you cannot special summon from the extra for the rest of the turn except for fires. Also add a Rescue Ace monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can summon the added monster. Okay, so this is actually kind of funny because you really don't. It's actually kind of funny because you would literally have to use Quick Attacker as your Stratos for the entire deck. So what that means is on summon you literally add a card to your hand from the deck. That's basically Stratos. This card you have to tribute it to literally special summon another Rescue Ace body to your board, which can help you get into your main combo starter. So this is basically your, I would probably call this your pre combo starter, if you will. But this is probably by far one of the better. This is actually one of the better combo starters for the entire deck, because I think Hydrant was the main combo starter. I don't remember. It's been quite a while, but still pretty cool. But now we've got the last card of the video. It is known as Rescue Ace Arbitrator. Which obviously if you can't already tell, is a Fire Machine Link 4 with 3000 attack, and the arrows are left, bottom, right, right. And of course, 2 or more fire monsters. It says you can only special summon this card once per turn, and its second effect is a twice per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is linked summoned, you can add a Rescue Ace Hydrate or Rescue Ace HQ from your deck or grave to your hand. Second effect reads, if you activate a Rescue Ace quick play, spell, or normal trap, you can target a card on your opponent's field and destroy it. It's basically Twin Twister. It's literally, like, deadass, this is basically Twin Twister on a Link 4 body. And not only that, this is also a Rhoda slash monster reincarnation. No, just enough said. Enough said. I'm being honest. Out of all the new cards that I just brought up in today's video, I think the Artmage Fusion and the Nightmare spell, those two could potentially be the cards that might become broken in 2026, but I highly doubt it. Because Rescue Ace is still in the format. Although, to be fair, it's more tier 2 at best. So in a way it's almost on the level of a rogue deck, if you will. Which is not bad. It's not bad, but let's be real. Against decks like Raziel and Yummy and fucking what is it? Jurak Fire King. It ain't gonna be as good as those. Let's just be real on that. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.